here and now today.
Yes, my friends, this is the moment. Thank you for being here and being live, because when you're live, you thrive, and on the replay, you get to play again. I appreciate all of you for being here, and you get a ring of the victory bell for being here because you're so amazing. And you know who else is amazing? My next guest. Let me tell you all about him. Andrew Darlow is a New Jersey-based award-winning photographer, author, inventor, and coach. I already like the guy. For over 25 years, he's helped people preserve, protect, and back up their photographs, videos, and other essential digital files. Andrew's photography and tips have appeared in many publications and media outlets, including People Magazine, Animal Planet, Reader's Digest, and Professional Photographer Magazine. He's the author of 4 award-winning books, and he's the inventor of the GalleryPouch, a custom heavyweight bubble bag produced in Dallas, Texas. Hey, everything's bigger in Texas. By FrameDestination.com. He also hosts a pet story parties on Zoom, celebrating the special bond between people and their fur babies. So, without any further delay, I can't wait to talk to this incredibly talented guy. So let's please welcome the super talented, super handsome, the guy who walked uphill to school both ways in the snow, barefoot, the one, the only, Andrew Darlow. Well, welcome to the show, Andrew. How are you doing?
Thank you, Raj. Fantastic. It's such an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, buddy. And if you feel like it's an honor to be here too, I'm honored that you're here. Click the link below so that you can leave comments on the live as well. All right, so let's just dive right in. So, Andrew, wow, pretty cool stuff. I mean, first of all, what inspired your focus on preserving photos and like a digital memories? Because I know nowadays this generation, they just put everything in the cloud or they just back it up into an SD card. So what about the past? Why that?
Okay, one of the things that happened a long time ago, I was the editor of a magazine, so I was always working different hours and things, and I happened to be on my living room table with my laptop, and I wasn't really thinking that well. It was many years ago, and what can I say? I had an external hard drive which had a lot of my data on it, and it was plugged into the wall, and I kind of allowed the wire to go across from my living room table to the wall socket, so you had almost like a wire, like a trip wire, and not the best thing, because at that time my son was about 3 or 4 and running around, and one day I just noticed I heard a loud thump, and that was my drive hitting the ground. So it's just when those things happen, you like think, I'm like, well, that's not like the best practice, so that I'm going to be a little more serious about this and take the time and then learn and find out the best way to protect my data, and including battery backups and cloud backups and many other things.
Certainly, yeah. And it's those 3-year-olds that'll get you, because my son did the same thing when he was 3. He knocked over my tower computer and that hard drive went bad. So basically for those 3 years, a lot of our pictures of my son growing up, and then of course my daughter, who was only 6 months old at the time, we had lost a lot of her pictures. So she's upset because she always says, Daddy, you never had pictures of me when I was a baby. I said, I'm sorry, Evan knocked over the computer and that hard drive got fried. So as soon as you heard the clicking, you knew it's over.
Yes.
So that's why it's important to just always be proactive about this. And, so how'd you get started in pet photography? Because you think, well, wait a second. I get it when you have family, friends, you have graduations, you have weddings, you have different kind of parties, so you're doing those kind of, how'd you get into pet photography?
So pet photography came from being very much into standard photography. So I'm going to take you back to high school when I walked into the darkroom, probably around age 15. And my mind was blown because the images would just appear out of nowhere in the developer tray. And I started taking pictures for a school yearbook, a newspaper. And that experience just solidified in me a love of photography. And then I had an opportunity to apply for a scholarship to live and study in Japan
Mhm.
for a summer right after high school. I
Mhm.
received it and had the most wonderful time in Japan. The homestay
Wow. Pretty
mom
cool.
and dad and brother and sister totally changed my life for the better. And what happened was back then we didn't have digital cameras or smartphones, so I
Oh yeah,
had
I
a
remember.
I had my point and shoot camera and 30 rolls of film and just went off and took pictures of everything. And when I got back, I made prints, double prints is what we always used to make, and made albums. And then I realized the power of photography.
Long
So,
before GoPros, huh?
yes, way before. And so making albums and then showing them to people, I realized the power of photography.
Yeah.
All it took was words and still photographs. So then I still didn't think about becoming a professional photographer. I went to college, studied business, and also did some photography for the school newspaper and school yearbook. I went back to Japan for a whole year, which was amazing.
Wow.
In my second year, and
Do you speak
then
Japanese?
yes, but not fluent, but I can get around.
Okay. That I still think that's amazing. That's great.
Oh, thank you. And so when when I finished my degree, I said, "Well, I'm not ready to go right into the workforce. I'd like to go to Europe if possible, affordably if possible." So I found another scholarship. Thanks to my first trip to Japan, sometimes those things just work out. And I went off to Heidelberg, Germany, to an international university for 4 months.
Yeah.
That really
Pretty
opened
cool.
my mind because I was able to take pictures everywhere, different capitals, and travel a lot. And then that led to me, after that, trying to find just the right job. I didn't really want to work for a bank or an insurance company. So I joined a family business that was related to the graphic arts. So they had typesetting and color proofing and printing and large format printing. So that these big machines that would print things for buses and trade shows.
Yeah.
And I went into that and I was like the guy who would like line up the boards on the wall and cut them just right and pack up the jobs. And then I sat down in front of a little
Mhm.
application called Photoshop. And that was just an
Uh-huh.
incredible opportunity to have uh, to see that. It was like going back into the dark room.
Oh, I
So
love it. Yeah.
that
Mhm.
then led to me helping build a photo studio at the company, which is kind of a long story. And then as I started doing more and more photography in New York City, I started to visit the Westminster Kennel Club dog show. And this is an
Ah,
amazing show. Almost everyone has heard of it.
oh,
And
I've
they
heard it.
have a
Yeah. Mhm. Best in Show, the movie,
benching.
right?
Well, that's actually at a different show, but almost the
Oh, is
same.
it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I went into the benching area where the dogs kind of get ready for their big moment in the ring.
Mhm.
And I met all these wonderful people and took some pictures and started to get into that whole world and started taking pictures of people and their pets.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. So thank you for doing that. That's incredible. What a creative journey. And this is basically every every creator's dream is to be able to find something that you can go out there and have fun with and up level humanity, and you're up leveling the pets too. But that's just amazing. So let's talk a little bit more about let's shift gears into what I call the softer side of series. Get to know you as a person, because when people book a business, they're really booking the person. So let's get to know you. So it's just like Fast and Furious here. Tell us a little bit more about where'd you grow up and how'd you grow up. So we know about all where you move around. You went to Japan, you went to Germany. So but where are you originally from?
From New Jersey, and I'm still in
Uh-huh.
New Jersey.
Still New Jersey. Awesome, awesome. There you go. So you're not too far from us, because I'm just south of Philadelphia. So
Mhm.
I want to do my live event. We'll have everybody come nearby in the tri-state area, come hang out with me around Philly somewhere. What about
That'd be great.
growing up? Was there a favorite movie or book that helped inspire you and kind of shape the way you think today?
Well, growing up, I would say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Definitely.
Yes.
It hits both, doesn't it?
Yep.
Started with the book and then the movie. I don't remember which one came first for me, but that was right in my time of growing up when that movie came out. And it was life changing because it had so much entertainment, but also so many wonderful lessons and so much color.
Yes, it did.
And s- it stands out even today.
Right, certainly it does. And like I remember watching that movie with my children. They made an updated version called Willy Wonka, and with God, what's his name? The guy from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yes.
Yeah.
And he did a fantastic job in it. He's such a unique character. And I remember in the original movie with Gene Wilder, he sang that song at the very end of the movie that always like strikes a chord in my heart. And so I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but go watch go watch the original one that came out first before you watch the second remake. And I think there was a third one, wasn't there, somewhere? But always watch the originals first because it sets the foundation for it. So what about you must have had some fun growing up, especially going around to different countries like that. What kind of music stirs you up nowadays?
Actually, the music that I love is still the music from my childhood, but then I've added some things. So Led Zeppelin, Leonard Skinner, those were kind of the bands from my childhood, AC/DC.
Yeah.
But as time went on, especially when I'm working,
Yeah.
the two that I am moving toward, or I've been moving toward, are reggae, especially Bob Marley, and most recently Pavarotti, because wow, incredible! Both of those music styles really help me to get my brain into a place where I can do more focused work.
Right. Gotcha. Oh, that's pretty cool. By the way, I was just seeing on Facebook somewhere, Led Zeppelin is touring. I think they're coming around Philadelphia. Was it the Sea of Ancients or something like that? That tour. I see something like a pirate ship as part of their marketing. So I don't know what that's about, but it just looks cool. So definitely go check them out. What about what is your favorite movie that lives here? I mean, I know Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but is there another movie that you love that you can share with the audience?
Oh gosh, I have many movies that I've loved over the years.
Yep.
I'd say one of my all-time favorites is Rocky, the original.
Yes. Oh, victory bell for that.
And
One of my favorite too. And by the way, when I was training for World Championships, around that time, Rocky 3 had just come out. I just kept watching. I got the. By the way, I have over here the 5-pack. I have the box set of all 5 of the Rocky movies on VHS. Some of you may not even know what that is anymore, but I used to every single Saturday. I'd go to karate, and then afterwards I'd do my laundry, and then put in either Star Wars or I'd put in Rocky, and I just watch it over and over again. Just that inspiring story of being great and what happens when you get knocked down. You got to build yourself back up again. You got to get back up again. And I think
the one thing that comes out when I always see when he's walking, bouncing the ball and he's helping a young lady, I think that just shows you his character.
Yeah, certainly. And here's the thing too, being strong and powerful doesn't mean you don't help other people. It means you actually do help other people. And that's the kind of world that I want to create. They always say, like, create the world that you want to live in. That's what I'm doing with my show. That's what I'm doing with my brand. That's what I'm doing with my speaking and keynoting and all the workshops I do for Fortune 500 companies, is getting out there and showing the world that, yes, I have a speech challenge and I joke around, but don't pity me. God gave me a speech, God gave me a speech handicap, but also made me this handsome. So let's move past it and move on. Yeah. And that's it. Yes. As soon as you let go of the shame of it, whatever your challenge is, if you're neurodiverse, if you have ADHD, you have autism, you have something else, like speech, hearing, or sight impairment, or something else. You have if you're stuck in a wheelchair, or you've had an accident and you're temporarily disabled, it's okay. Look to your gifts, not to your challenges, because there's always more gifts underneath. So
Without
thank
a
you for
doubt.
sharing that, Andrew. That's fantastic. What is a favorite quote of yours that helps inspire you?
I came up with something that I probably heard somewhere else, but gratitude is the key to happiness.
Oh, I love it. Yep. Gratitude is the key to happiness. And I completely agree with you there. Um, you know, you hear so many memes out there, uh, the attitude is gratitude. And, when you can give to others, it fulfills you at the same time. And it's so true. So what is a fun fact about you that maybe people don't know?
A fun fact about me, gosh, the part that I usually talk about my trip to Japan, but
Mhm.
obviously that has already been spoken about. One of the other things,
Mhm.
probably that other people would not really know, is I love to. Okay, it's funny that you say that because whenever you have like something that you usually go to for an
Yep.
answer and then it's already been covered, so I have to look back into so many other parts of my life. So I would say something that is a little bit different
Mhm.
in my life is probably that I love like to go to places and bounce, these bounce houses. And so that's always been one of the favorite things that I've done with my son and family. And
Oh, wow.
it's
Something
what
like
comes to
Sky
mind.
Zone and, like
Yes.
the trampoline parks. Oh, those are so much fun. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
And I
that
like that it's yeah, my son and I, my kids, we've gone to so many birthday parties there. That's a lot of fun.
yeah, it's unique because how
Mhm.
often do you get a chance to do that in such a big space? So there you go.
Oh, for sure. I love that. All right. Thank you so much for that. We are almost near time here. So I'm gonna ask you here this is a fun question here. What kind of food do you like?
I like a lot of different foods, but my
Hmm.
go-to is like my mom's deviled eggs are outstanding. That's just one
Hmm.
thing that I really, really love. And one of the other things is also I'll go back to my mom, like her chicken soup is also pretty fantastic.
Hmm. Oh, I love that. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Now, for those that are having fun right now, thank you so much. Our breaking news. Make sure that you always uh, give us some likes, some thumbs up. So that way we help the algorithm and we help the channel grow. We keep on going, and you know the wait. Oh, some of these have changed here. Wow, gotta love when things change, don't they? All right.
Yeah.
So Andrew, so before we shift gears again, thank you so much for that. I'm gonna call over here. Let's say, hello, Old Country Buffet. Yeah, yeah, chef. So listen, we need like a little bit of everything, but I heard that your deviled eggs will match Andrew's mom's eggs. So you're up to the challenge now, right? Okay. So in the green room, stat. So all right, totally real call, and we'll send you there in a second. So Andrew, thank you so much. This has been amazing. What is? I have two more questions before we move on to our next segment. One is, what is your what is the biggest challenge you've overcome, and how can you share that with others?
Okay, so the biggest challenge has probably been just finding a way to earn a living as an independent solopreneur. It's every day is a challenge. So, finding my footing when I ended up uh, leaving the company I was working for. And so that was kind of the big challenge. And I mean,
Mhm.
my wife also is employed, so it wasn't as much of the pressure was, if you want to call it that, wasn't at the same level. But that's what comes to mind as far as a challenge. But it's
Gotcha. Oh,
been
I
quite
see
an
that.
adventure, and with every challenge comes excitement and adventure.
Certainly. What do you want people to recall about you?
Just that I tried to be of value and I did what I could to make their life a little brighter, maybe a little more
Mhm.
fun, maybe a little more interesting. And hopefully I gave them some advice that could really be useful for either them or their family.
Oh, I love that. And, Andrew has something cool that's also useful as well. So down below, you'll see his link to his free gift. What are they going to get, Andrew, when they click on your link?
Okay, you're going to get a number of things. I would say to highlight is an ebook called Don't
Mhm.
Lose What's Important. It's a quick guide to my backup blueprint. My backup blueprint is a visual guide that I created to help me with my clients to back up their whole world, from their laptops or their desktops, including a bit of their phone data. But really, my goal with that is to give
Mhm.
people an overview of my system so that
Got it.
they can start backing up. And also, there's also a one page dedicated to backing up their LinkedIn account. If you have a LinkedIn account or Facebook or Instagram and you're not
Right.
backing it up, please do contact me, and I'm sure I can give you some advice.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Andrew. All right. We're going to send you to the green room for all that food. Make sure you grab his link down below, and we'll see you just in a second. So, folks, part of what we do here is also to make sure that you make waves in society. We make waves in the world, and part of that is sometimes you have to make a big splash.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.
All right, folks. So in today's segment of our 60-second mind shift, Andrew brought up Rocky, and that brought up fond memories, and now we're definitely best friends now because anybody that loves like the Rocky saga, you're on my page. We talk about in life, a lot of us feel like we get knocked down. In fact, I just had a phone call just before this meeting with a woman who felt like she's so alone and needs someone to talk to, lost all of her family, no one is around. Her boyfriend canceled on her this weekend. And I had to remind her, well, you're not alone and you are empowered. You can do what you want with your life. In fact, when you take extreme ownership of your life, everything changes because you're not waiting for someone else to tell you what to do, what to decide, how to grow or where to be or what to feel or what to believe. But instead, when you get knocked down, like what Rocky says, it ain't about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. Yeah, terrible Rocky impression there. But from that movie, that's a great reminder that every single one of us gets knocked down. I was knocked down. After 26 years in cancer research, my boss retires, the next director doesn't want me there. Doesn't matter that I was the most productive person in the entire lab. They find a way to push you out, and it violates, the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and violates their credo. Doesn't matter now. I've let that go. But I want everybody else to know that you have to pick yourself back up. Take ownership of your life. It's okay. That if that place that didn't appreciate you pushed you out, good. You know why? You are now in control of your life. You get to choose what is your next step. You get to decide where your journey goes on from here. And truly, it's not just the destination, it's also the journey that helps you arrive at that destination as a new person. Because just like a couple of months, 2 months ago, we had Brian Proctor as our 500th interview. So watch the channel and find that interview. It's been probably the most seen one in the past recent months. He was so impressed with what I was doing, especially because I was using it to overcome my fear of live speaking. So if I can do that, you can pick up your life and start changing it as well. So go out there, go be great, and let's see what Andrew says, and hopefully he saved me some food. All right, welcome back, Andrew. And
Thank you.
How was all the food? Did you save me any?
I'm sorry, it's just too good.
Oh,
You-
yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just leave
You'll
it.
have to come to the next get together.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So, Andrew, what was your biggest takeaway from that 60-second mind shift, and what would you add to it?
By the way, I'm still hearing some music in my ears. Is that
Yeah, that's okay. That's normal.
okay? Just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
So, can you ask that one more time? Yes.
Yeah. What was your big takeaway from the 60-second mind shift, and what would you add to it?
I would say exactly what you said. You know, you have to keep going, especially if you are in a situation where you feel like someone has done something to you that's unfair, like what you experienced.
Mm-hmm.
As long as your body is still healthy and you're able to keep going, I say just keep moving forward, because it's that consistency and persistency that I believe makes all the difference.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. Consistency and persistency. Very good. All right, folks. Thank you so much. Andrew, you've been amazing. Now, one last question for you before we hop off. If someone gave you $100 million, what's your grand vision to change the world?
Okay, so almost every day I
Mhm.
open up an app called Nextdoor. It's a really wonderful app that people
Oh, yeah.
can
I like
put
Nextdoor. I'm on
information
it too.
about their local community. So you probably experienced something similar. Almost without fail every day, lost dog or lost cat. It's a heartbreaking post, you know, reward, please help. There's a drone squad coming out to help us. Please help. And I believe this is completely solvable. If everyone just had a little tracker, the best one right now happens to be Apple AirTag 2.
Mhm.
Is an amazing little device that can go into a collar, and if someone's dog or cat or who knows what else, or even a child or someone who
Yeah.
maybe is prone to wandering has this on them, you can, as long as they're within 30 to 60 feet of someone with an Apple device, in this case for this one, you will get an alert. It's the most amazing product that has no monthly subscription. I think it's about $20 or $25. I would have one available to everyone who feels like they need it, for every pet and every person who's vulnerable.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And, you know, folks, if you don't have an iPhone, there's a great app that I use with my family. It's called Life 360. And for them, they use the tile tracker. So you can put those on there. So you can put those in. My son just went to Florida for his band trip. So, you know, they have to do the band competition down there. And then they get to go to Disney. Man, I'm jealous. You know, they use these, this app helps me know where he is. And within reason, you know, it'll show, you know, when did he arrive at school? When did he arrive home? So I get a little, you know, a bing on my phone. So I know, oh, good, the kids are home, you know? And what's funny is sometimes when like me, my son, my daughter, we all live together, I'm taking them to the movies or we're going out somewhere, whatever, shopping or something. All of a sudden you hear bing, 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 like 3 of us just left the house. So you know what's going on. All right. Well, anyway, thank you so much for that, Andrew. That's been amazing. And for everybody out there, you want to preserve your memories, make sure that you are doing that. And, you know, because we don't want to lose our past. You know, truly, that's all it is. We don't want to lose our past. So there's Andrew's gift link down below. Again, make sure you grab it if you have not done so yet. We'll also put it as the first comment down below. And if you've not done so yet, if you know a corporate event, an association event that hires speakers and want me to come in and talk about how invisible differences actually promote visible profits, that's what I teach Fortune 500 companies and companies of all sizes. So you can go to professionalspeaker.us and you can book a consult with me today. And I just launched the new app up there called Speaker Authority. Click on that one and figure out how your speaker authority is today. So thank you so much, Andrew. And we're done for today. This is Coach Raja. And as always, don't fake it till you make it. Believe it and become it. And we'll see everybody on the next show. Bye-bye. All right, Andrew, great. So 3 quick questions for your testimonial. I just want to know, number one, you could be on any podcast, any show. Why did you pick my show? Like, why me?
Well, every time you are in a Zoom room, which you were in multiple Zoom rooms recently, but one in particular, Jessica Koch's Legacy Gratitude Summit.
That's a great summit.
You always pour out your heart and you explain how you overcame a number of difficult situations. And it was so inspiring. I knew that this would be a great exchange of ideas and information. I just knew it.
I love it. I love that. Thank you so much, Andrew. Beautifully said. And yes, there were some situations I dealt with and changed, but my speech challenge, I learned to accept, and that changed everything because I let go of the shame of it. And I want everybody to understand, whatever your challenge is, it's normal. You're not broken. All right. It's your superpower. Use it. What was your biggest takeaway from the show today?
My biggest takeaway was that there's always something new to learn. And for example, every time you speak, I learned something else about your family. And sometimes you'll put in like a little bit of information. Like we have a lot of things in common, enjoying the bounce places and things like that. So that's what I learned, is that there's always something new to learn about either someone or about the world we live in.
Beautifully said. You get a victory bell for that, because that's true. If everybody out there thinks, how are we similar rather than how are we different, the world is going to be a better place. And that's really the ultimate goal, is that, we forget, I'm not one of the tinfoil hat guys, but I still believe out there somewhere, I don't think we're the only intelligent life out there in the universe. I'm sure someday, probably not in our lifetimes, I don't know, maybe not, probably not, but hopefully we'll find someone else. And then we'll realize we are all the same on this little blue planet, because we're all human. There is no race. There's the human race. That's it. And just lastly, having so much fun here, how much, scale of 1 to 10, how much would you recommend me to somebody else's stage?
10 plus.
Oh, beautiful. Ding, ding. I love that. Thank you so much, Andrew. All right, folks, podcast crew knows what to do, and we are officially out of here.